Judicially.
And what is the difference in requirements between the test for interim relief and test for final relief?
In an interim interdict, the applicant has to prove a prima facie right, real harm or the apprehension of harm. The balance of convenience must favour the granting of the relief, and then there must be no suitable alternative remedy. In final interdict applications, you have to prove, or the applicant has to prove a clear right, and then also again the harm or a reasonable apprehension of harm, and finally no suitable alternative remedy.
Is there any contribution you have made as an advocate to the transformation of the legal profession?
I certainly believe I have done so, Chief Justice. It is something that is very close to my heart. I have been mentoring my black female colleague for the past 6 years, actively mentoring her, and I'm proud to say that she is also now acting in our division. I also mentor young female and black attorneys almost on a daily basis. I will get telephone calls from them asking me for advice or assistance. I do a lot of pro bono work. I devote 20% of my practice to indigent people. I also lecture. I lecture on conveyancing and notarial practice. I've been doing that since 2005.
Thank you. Judge President, I now give you the opportunity.
Thank you, Chief Justice. You've actually taken my script. But be that as it may, be that as it may, good evening, Advocate Stanton.
Good evening, Judge President.
Yes. What you did not highlight is that you are also a conveyancer and a notary public.
Yes, I am.
A qualified one. Yes. And you did mention that you sat on criminal appeals.
Yes, I did.
Which would really cover you. So most of the ground has been covered. Your CV is quite clear. It sets out who you are. And I remember when I first invited you in 2018, you were hesitant to come. But here we are now. You did sit for all those things. One thing that I've noticed again is that you did some training in Northwest, training in the establishment of communal property association.
Yes, I did.
And you established them.
Yes.
Yes. And in the Northern Cape, I've noticed that we are inundated with such applications in our court rolls. Have you just given a thought as to what causes these disputes? Because these are the lands that have been claimed back for the communities, but we do have a lot of conflicts and litigation. What could you have established could have been the problem?
And I don't want to step on any toes.
Yes.
But I think the communal property associations need training and assistance. I think if they understand their mandate properly, if they know how to manage the communal property association, which includes convening meetings in a proper fashion, holding conducting and holding correct meetings, keeping resolutions, that would issue out a lot of the problems for the communal property associations.
Does this big business and commercial entities not contribute also to these conflicts by causing factions and divisions amongst communities?
They unfortunately definitely do. And I think that the communal property association should be skilled to prevent them from being taken over by these big commercial entities, from insisting on what is due to them is due to them for their benefit.
I see. And then you did mention that there's a case, Khai Etelwe, which you still had to deal with. I did check, I found that you gave a judgment in February.
Yes, I did, Judge President.
On the merits. What is only outstanding is quantum.
That's correct.
The parties are free to set it down for quantum unless they settle it.
That's correct, Judge President.
I think my script has been covered. Thank you very much.
Thank you,
Chief
President.
Justice.
Thank you, Judge President. I now give the Premier the opportunity to put questions to the candidate if he has any. Premier? Premier, can you hear me? Oh. Secretariat, can you call the Premier and see if you can find out what's happening?
Chief Justice, he doesn't seem to be online at the moment.
Oh. Hey, this time virtual is not, has got problems. Yeah, last time I was here, it didn't give us so many problems.
Chief Justice,
Yes.
while we are waiting for the Premier, can I ask something that arose from your questioning? There is something that the candidate said, and I really want to clarify it.
Okay, just one question.
Yeah, just one question.
Yeah, okay.
Good evening, Judge.
Good evening, Commissioner.
I was quite concerned when you were asked about the test for 174 for discharge. That provision is probably one of the shortest provisions in the Criminal Procedure Act, and it's very difficult to get it wrong. I just want to understand, does the concept of guilt,
Chief Justice, and I'm sorry to interrupt the learned Commissioner. I think it might not be proper to continue while the Premier is not part of the meeting because we are not.
Oh, yes. No, you are right, yeah. Let's wait for the Premier. I think it arises from to try and use the time. But let's wait, yeah. Advocate Stanton?
Chief
The
Justice.
Premier's question is, what is your take on the complaint that is made from time to time that the judiciary is overreaching?
Thank you, Chief Justice. Thank you, Premier. I do not agree with respect with that submission. I think that the judiciary is very careful not to overreach and interfere with the doctrine of separation of powers, and that they only would do that after the clearest case is made out for that to happen, and if it is constitutionally appropriate to do so. So I do not agree with that.
Yeah, when the next candidate is here, if the technology is still giving us problems, you will be in touch with the JP and we will do the same. Okay, thank you. Okay, bye-bye. He says the technology is giving him problems, but I thought let him put questions in this way and we'll do the same with the next candidate. He will see how the technology goes, but he will put questions in the same way. Okay, all right. That's the only question he wanted to put. We have put all the questions. It was going to be the three of us. There is just one that I thought I had already allowed Commissioner Marumo Wahema. Wahai. I've been getting it right of late, but now.
I think we're going to fine you now, Chief Justice.
Hey, I've no money.
Sakudli kusha.
Please go ahead, Prof.
The question that I wanted to ask you, it was in response to your answer to what is the test for a discharge. Having regard to what you answered, or what your answer was, if somebody was to say to you that perhaps it's not the test, and the test is the court has to look as to whether there is a prima facie evidence that if the accused will be placed on the stand, the accused will actually be doing the work for the prosecution and they will be incriminating
Incriminating
themselves.
themselves.
Will that be the correct test for?
That is correct as formulated
Oh.
in State versus Lubak's.
All right, no, thank you. Thank you, Chief Justice.
Thank you, Prof. Okay, we are done then with this interview. I think Advocate Stanton will now excuse you. Thank you very much.
Thank you,
You
Chief
are now
Justice.
excused.
Thank you, Commissioners.
Thank you.